numbers that they have there. For example, these are the numbers that Vodacom gave to the CEO as being the total customer base. At the top is prepaid, and at the bottom is contract. But when one adds those numbers, you have to add prepaid. And at the bottom is tautology. You have to add them together. You have to add them, my lady. So the year, you see the years on the left. Then you go 1, 2, the third column, second from the top, 5440. You see the years line down. The next one, block. My lady, can you
this thing.
names are specific performance for a reasonable remuneration in terms of the agreement, only in respect of South Africa. Your ladyship would have seen that we've let go advertising, Recharge Me, and all of the other territories we've excluded. What happened there, my lady? So you have the total voice revenue, 9487, my lady, for each year, but we deducted 10% in order to bring it into line with only being related to South Africa. The CEO or Vodacom, I can't recall, says in their answer, well, that's wrong. They don't tell us what it is. They're the ones that should know better than us. The CEO or Vodacom, but we excluded 8% to ensure that we don't have calls relating to areas outside of South Africa. our view, completely wrong and does not look at his own numbers and statements made by his own employees in affidavits. But let me explain to your ladyship how wrong it does not. They also, the CEO also makes a statement, lady, in his answering, in his explanatory affidavit, that we really double counted because we included the return SMS. Now, as your ladyship knows, explained by Mr. Patrick, there's a difference between a PCM and an SMS. The PCM goes on the USSD platform, and in fact, however it reads on the phone, is not an SMS is something different. It goes via the network, and that, of course, what it usually is the PCM. It then doesn't clog up that particular network. But we will show to your ladyship, I think, that on the numbers that we have got, there really can be no debate as to what the position is. It is common cause between everyone, my lady, and this is one of the data points we use, that on day one of this brand new product, there were 147,000. That, my lady, is at least one constant. Then, my lady, we have in 14.7, I think it is, case lines 14.7. Those are the annual financial statements in 2009, I believe. Don't just shift this here. Yeah. Need it all. Lady, we'll get there in a second. Okay. Sorry, my lady, just bear with me.
Not a problem.
No. But that's not the point. Yeah, you can leave that one. Lady, I'll find it. I'll find it and get back. But there is a reference to it. If you go to case lines
14.7.
Yes.
Where it says conversion.
Yes, that's part of the ANZ report, and that is where I found it. Although the 2009 AFS, I think, is elsewhere. But bearing in mind, this is not the pre-listing statement. Bearing in mind, my lady, this is the annual financial statements of Vodacom, and they say in 2000, Vodacom launched USSD, please call me, which enables a customer to send a free SMS requesting a callback. Vodacom now transmits 20 million please call me's per day. This is in their own document. Vodacom SA transmits 20 please call me's a day. And interestingly, ladies, despite everything that's said, the very next sentence, the callback from the recipient generates revenue for Vodacom. The please call me also provides media space. Your ladyship can ignore that. But now they're running, my lady, as fast as their legs can carry them from the statement that they generate revenue from this. But be that as it may, Mr. Patrick has had that debate. My lady, that is 2009. Lady, if your ladyship goes to case lines 006 314. That is in blue bundle 5.
006.
Yes. Lady, this is an affidavit made, I think it was round about the time of the one of the skirmishes before Justice spilled. But in any event, it's dated 21 September 2012. That your ladyship find on 006-334. You needn't go there. But what we know is that Mr. Farah, paragraph 1.1 of his affidavit says he is currently employed by the respondent as managing executive of legal affairs. I'm not sure if one can place a higher duty on an attorney to tell the truth than others in an affidavit, my lady, but let's leave that aside. Then if one goes
I have this open now.
to
This is the restream thing.
006-324.
This is the app
324.
that I'm streaming from.
Yes.
So I'm streaming and recording it.
Let me put that in.
Because we
And
need to
he
upload
says
the
21.9.
recorded one afterwards, because this one
Lady,
has a bit of
the
glitches.
lead up to it is
And
quite
then I've got
interesting. Your ladyship can read it in your
Microsoft
ladyship's
Teams
time when you
open
get
as well
there
in a
and
different
right
tab.
ladyship's
So it's quite a
judgment. So 21.9
technical
says,
thing.
however, says theoretically it's possible to
And we
simulate
need faster internet so that like the transmission
difficult, my lady,
can
but
be
difficult,
a
of course,
bit more
there's no
smoother.
excuse for doing what you're supposed to do, but
Yeah,
that's
my
another issue.
internet is
However, one
static.
must appreciate that there are over 30 million please call me requests generated daily. Now, my lady, what better data point can we get than that? Or those two that I've just mentioned. The annual financial statements in which you tell the world, I think they were signed by the CEO, I'm not sure, in 2009, when you tell the world how good you are, and you disclose all the skeletons in your closet, and you also disclose those things which make you good. But then after that, my lady, we get this affidavit from Mr. Farah. It gets worse because in paragraph 22, lady, it says, in order to demonstrate the enormity of this task, Kwashu, lady, I think at the time he was head of vast engineering at Vodacom, he obtained a snapshot of the number of please call me requests generated over a 5-minute interval. Apparently there were 40,000 such requests. And then at a later stage, my lady, although it's not Mr. Nkwashu, in fact, his affidavit is at 006-336. Mr. Nkwashu, adult male, employed by Vodacom as executive head of department, network service development. Hardly a person in a better position to confirm the statements of Mr. Farah. Then what are the other data points? The other data points, my lady, are, and I'm going to leave this one and come back to it, because this is the one in which they say we have double counted, and that's the 2015 38 million data point. Well, lady, the next data point we have, 14-7, if we can go back to the ANZ report, my lady, which one finds the different versions of it. Lady, you can go to 01, you can go to 010-101.
Yes.
Lady, I've heard whispers on my left that I've forgotten to tell your ladyship that Mr. Nottrade in his autobiography also mentioned 20 million a day. Is that correct? Yes. lady, but here's a snapshot of it really, and there's no debate between us and the other side in this regard. Your ladyship will see at Roman numeral 4, that's the SNG report below the PCM record count. Lady, that was the data mining exercise that Mr. Patron referred you to when they permitted us access into the offices at Vodacom at some other stage prior to the negotiations coming crashing down. But this is information which was data mined by SNG, and this is information which was verified and signed off by Vodacom, happy with the results. Them, my lady, are the monthly PCM sent, not return SMSs, PCM sent during the period November 2016 to April 2017.
Internet,
lady, just below that first column, we say there were 181 days in those months, 6 months, we divided, etc., and we get to 23,606,000 a day. That's during that period. Then what happened, my lady, subsequent to that, and the next you'll see in Roman numeral 5, Vodacom supplied the below PCM account. That PCM account, my lady, was provided by Vodacom itself to the CEO, unverified by us, but be that as it may, we make no issue of it. And pursuant to the request from Mr. Anderson, to which Mr. Patron referred your ladyship to, post-oral submissions, and those are the numbers provided by Vodacom to the CEO. Your ladyship will see that they are equally impressive. Little less, lady, what these variations mean over months, I don't know, if it's an increase in data, there could be a whole number of different facts. But be that as it may, that comes to 15,680, your ladyship will see bottom right of the page, 15,680,455 a day. Now, my lady, this is the number that the CEO used. I'll take you to his report. This is the only number that he used. He ignores, without any explanation, why no one has come under oath ever in this entire decade battle to say that Mr. Farrer is wrong, that Mr. Nkwashu is wrong, that the 2009 AFS is wrong. No one has said that. And of course they can't. But inexplicably to us, well, certainly to me, the CEO only uses those numbers, but none of the others. Not the ones verified just before that, verified by Vodacom, data mined by us. He chooses to use the ones that Vodacom has unilaterally sent to, not unilaterally at his request, but sent to him, which we never had an opportunity to verify. But ladies, then we go, just to give you some indications, 010103. And that, my lady, is just an indication of where the data points are. The other issue which I now need to take, my lady, there's also, I beg your ladyship's pardon, a reference in Justice Coppen's judgment, 130-95, uh, 130-95, where your ladyship needn't go there, where he also makes the the 20 million, finding of 20 million a day. Main or cash lines 006247. Lady, the pre-listing document is, just so your ladyship can find it, is at 006-247. Was it for million?
6.
Yes, right. Right at the
006
bottom. 006-247.
Yes, right at the bottom, yes.
Right at the bottom, my lady, this is the pre-listing statement, getting people to come and invest in your company. Vodacom's SA now transmits approximately 20 million please call me messages per day. These messages facilitate a callback from the recipient. This, I don't know what it says. Yeah, but something generates revenue for Vodacom. So over those, there really can be no quibble. Now I have to find the 2015 38 million a day. That is. I'll just find it for you now, my lady. That is the one ad. I can't believe that I've now lost that reference. But my lady, there's another thing that we can go to in the meantime for the 38 million a day, and that's to go to 095-2 in volume 18. 15.
The Legacy Project.
That is the Legacy Project, my lady. That's Mr. Mike Laws.
Yeah.
An expert in mobile communications and the like. But, my lady, over the page, if you go to 095-2,
Yes.
about 4 or 5 lines down.
Yes.
He says the following. I joined Vodacom. He gives some indication of his, and he says, I in the launch and commercialization of the mobile advertising initiatives, including the successful Please Call Me service. This today generates over 60 million messages per day on the Vodacom network. Now, my lady, let's accept that you have to divide that by 2, and it's a return SMS. And of course, we can't use this as actual evidence. It's circumstantial, really, and corroborates and puts in some context all of those figures that we have said to your ladyship. So even if you divide that by 2, my lady, this document is dated to September 2016. You get to 30 million a day. Even if you divide that by 2, and even if that is the outgoing and the return SMS. Lady, I think what I'm looking for is that 06396.
06.
396. In bundle 6. Yes, I found it.
What's the case line's number?
Giving you the case line number 006, my lady.
Yes.
006. You have. If you go to 006-399, lady, this is a Vodacom marketing document. Your ladyship will see 006-399.
Yes.
And I'm not sure
here's it here.
Your ladyship is, but I will.
Messages per day.
Yes. Now that is the debate between us and our learned friends, and they're saying that's an in and an out, and that we have grossly overstated it. But if your ladyship goes back a couple of pages to 396,
Yes, with you.
There, in the my lady, you find 10 billion PCM messages. That can only be angry. Lady, I've done the sums. That is 27,397,260 a day. If the number of 10 billion is correct. Bottom, you've got 38 million ad messages daily. Now, lady, of course, 38 million doesn't add up to 10 billion. If you multiply 38 million by 365, I think it comes close to 13 or just over 12. I'm not sure, around about there. I did the sum early this morning. But be that as it may, it is still in the ballpark. Still in the ballpark. Obviously, we reliant on Vodacom in this particular issue. We've done the best we can. We've used all the data points publicly available, displayed to everyone. The answer to Vodacom to this is the following. Lady, your ladyship, I'm not sure if you can read, but just above 10 billion, it says ability to, I think it's transmit large volumes.
Large volumes.
Yes. So the argument with which we are faced, or which was presented to us at some other stage, that only means we are capable of doing that. Doesn't mean we are doing that. That is the one argument, and the other argument is the 38 is the there and back, and the confirmation is missed. Well, that's not what it says, but that's what we get in the answer. This document is dated, I think this is early 2017. I think, my lady, I think there is a date on it somewhere. But, my lady, we say with the great... That is like saying to you on a radio station, we are able to transmit to 20 million people. Station, only 1 million listen to it. What's the difference, really? Is that how you're going to promote your radio station? Is that how you're going to promote PCM? When you look at the trend lines and how it works, and the volumes which they really cannot dispute, my lady, you will be slow to find that those 38 million, or that 38 million needs to be divided by 2. But lady, when you look what the CEO then did, he then said, well, his own figures sent to him by Vodacom post-hearing. He seemingly doesn't believe the numbers which SNG got and which were verified by Vodacom. Neither does he believe his pre-listing statement which he signed. Neither does he believe Mr. Farrow of the 30 million a day. And he says, no, what you need to do, you need people use PCM. The number of customers, and you multiply the number of customers by the percent, and then you get to the real number. So, my lady, when you do that sum, own version, my lady, it comes to less than 41%. When you do that sum on the SNG data mining, it comes to 13 million a day, despite the fact that his own organization verified as correct that over that period of time, it's on average of 23.6 million a day. So that is what he does. And then he says, now I'm going to use the sum, and now I'm going to extrapolate it backwards, and I'm being generous in doing so. So, my lady, he has used one data set, Vodacom sent by him, unverified by us. He has applied to it a formula And thereby, he has absolutely cut across everything which we have presented as uncontrovertible evidence of the numbers sent without one affidavit saying AFS is wrong, FARA is wrong, SNG report is wrong. Similarly, with that in mind, we say you can confidently, Plascon Evans notwithstanding and all of the other authorities in this regard, accept our TCM count. What then happens, if I can take your ladyship back to